Don't waste your precious time in a partner, in relationships. Don't waste your time in that because you're gonna have traumas, you're gonna have bad experiences, and you're not gonna learn what exactly you have to learn. And I know there's gonna be people who will disagree with me when I say this, but having a relationship before your 20s is a waste. It's a completely waste because you need to know yourself. You need to know the real world. You need to know what you really want for your life before having a relationship. And I know there's gonna be people who will say a relationship will teach you a lot of stuff, a lot of lessons for your life. And yes, they will. But you don't need to learn those lessons in a relationship. You can learn all those lessons out of a relationship. Because what you really need to know in life is who you are, is what you want for life. Life is not about partners, and most of you guys want a relationship only because of social pressure, not because you really want to know how love feels. And that is one of the most important things in this video. You need to know what real love is before having a relationship. Because if you don't know what love is, you're not gonna have a good relationship and you're only gonna have traumas. You're gonna live of illusions. You're gonna think an illusion that a book showed you, that a movie, series, books shows you is the reality, and that's not true. And how do you know what real love is? Loving yourself. And this is a whole journey. This is a journey that will take years, not months, years to know what real love is, because real love starts from you, not from a partner, not from a pet, not from your family. Starts from you, because when you love yourself, you don't allow disrespect people going into your life. You don't allow people crossing your boundaries. And most important, when you love yourself, you know what a boundary is. Because people out there will teach you boundaries, their boundaries, but what are your boundaries? Not what are the wizard list boundaries, not whatever out there boundaries are. No. What your boundaries are. You don't know that because you don't know yourself. And if you don't know yourself, you don't know what a boundary is. So you need to start loving yourself before going into a relationship, because you're gonna waste precious time with a man that you don't know if you love, with a man that you don't know if that man is what you really want for your life. And if you are 13, 15, let me tell you something that is gonna get you real mad. You don't know what the real life is about. You don't know what the real work is about. You don't know how the real world works. I'm gonna tell you something that most of the people are not gonna tell you. Relationships after your 20s are gonna give you a lot of trauma. And I'm saying this because of my experience and other friends' experiences. And not only friends. You can see a lot of influencers, content creators, watch their relationships, their old relationships, how they were. Most of these people don't know themselves. That's why they get traumas. That's why I get a lot of traumas. Traumas that I could avoid in the past. But I can't avoid that right now. I can't live and deal with these traumas. Traumas that doesn't let me sleep at night. Traumas that doesn't let me have a relationship. Because I'm so traumatized. And I have told this so many times before. I'm so traumatized with men. Men traumatize me. And this is unfair. I know this is unfair. I was 13 at that time when the first man outside my family traumatized me. And you know how he traumatized me? He took advantage of my innocence, of my vulnerability. In that moment, I was looking the world with innocent eyes, with the eyes of I want the love of movies, books, these videos. The real world is not like that. And you need to identify who is the real man who's gonna love you and who's the man who's gonna traumatize you. And when you are 13, 15, you don't know that already. You don't know that already. And I know this will hit your ego. I know that it's gonna hurt hearing this, but it's the truth. This is the real life. This is reality. Don't have a relationship before your 20s. Don't waste your precious times like that. Don't waste your beautiful and most young age with that. Invest your time in grow self, in knowing what you want for your life, in getting this knowledge that people will give you, friends, family, people out there, but not a partner, because you don't know how a real relationships work. And to have a real healthy relationship, what you need is to be mature. And when you are 13, 15, you are not mature. You are still a child. What you really need right now is to grow up. I'm telling you this because I'm 22 and I have made a lot of mistakes. I have never had a relationship before, but that doesn't mean I didn't get traumatized. That doesn't mean I don't have the experience to talk about this. Don't have a situationship, don't have a relationship. You can go out in dates, but just normal dates like going for a coffee, going for a pizza, things like that. Not kissing, not involving feelings, because your feelings are the most precious thing you have at this age, because they are still innocent and vulnerable. You need to know how to protect those feelings to have a real relationship, to go out there and find the perfect partner, because they exist. A perfect man exists, yes, they do. But the thing is, if you don't know what you want, if you don't know how the real world works, if you don't know how men think, if you don't know how to love yourself and you haven't set boundaries, the real bad men will come for you, not the good men that you want. The best advice a woman can give you, a teenager, is don't have a relationship. Not yet. And I know, again, I know there will be people who will disagree with me, and I know why they will disagree with me. Because relationships at this age are gonna teach you real valuable lessons. But again, you can learn these lessons alone. You don't need a partner to know how to love yourself and how to respect yourself. You learn all these lessons alone. You can learn it alone, watching other people relationships. When you get 20, 18, 19, you can get in your first relationship. But the thing is, you're gonna get into this relationship with a mentality, with a mature mentality, knowing what you want, what you're gonna let these people do to you, knowing what your boundaries are, and most important, knowing that you are the most valuable person in the relationship for you, not to him, for you. That is the most important thing. Invest your perfect, your valuable time, your teenage era in you, in learning, finances, self love, psychology, what you really want for life, and what you want, and what do you want in a partner, in a relationship. What you're looking for right now. Tell me the truth. What are you looking for in a relationship right now? I want to be loved. Baby, love yourself. If you want to be loved, start loving yourself. You don't need to look the love outside. You don't need to look for a partner to be loved. If you don't love yourself, you're not gonna know what love is, because this person can come to your life and treat you as the perfect princess, can give you flowers, can give you gifts, whatever a teenager gives, I don't know. But that is not love. That is not love. Real love is respect. Real love is to carry with this person when she's not okay, when he's not okay. Real love, it is more than simple gifts, than chocolates, than flowers, than princess treatment. When you don't know yourself and when you don't love yourself, they're gonna give you love bombing, and this is worse. They're gonna ghost you, and this is worse, because this is gonna create traumas, abandoning traumas. This is gonna give you avoiding trauma. If you want love, start loving yourself. Oh no, I want a relationship because I want to experience life. Baby, you don't need a partner to experience life. You have yourself to experience life. Why are you so scared of living alone, of enjoying life alone? I mean, yes, people with us, friends, family, sometimes a partner, give a plus to enjoyment, but it's not all. It's not all. You can enjoy life alone. Again, if you get in a relationship only because you are looking for love, for experiences, for gifts, you are gonna have the worst trauma in your life because these people can abuse you. These people can. I mean, listen. Don't get in a relationship yet. This is the most precious advice some older woman can give you. And I'm not that old. I'm 22. And I know that. And I will, when I was a teenager, I really would like, I really would love someone will give me this advice. But I didn't have anyone. You have YouTubers, TikTokers, content creators that give you these advices. So follow them because these advices are for something, from experiences. Oh no, he treated me with love and he picks me up in his car. He introduced me to his friends and to his family. That's nothing. That is nothing. A man can introduce you to his family and still can have an affair. A man can introduce you to his friends and still giving you love bombing and still treating you bad. And this advice is not only for women, it's also for men. Don't go into a relationship if you are under your 20s. Your under 20s are for learning, for developing your mind, your brain, for growing up, not to have a relationship. When you are above 20s, when you are 20s, you can have your first relationship. Even at 19, you can have it, but not before that. Because you're gonna have a real good moment and you're gonna realize that when you are 20. Because I was like that when I was 19 and 13 and 15. These were the most traumatized years of my life. I was like, oh no, this is just some experience. Right now I know those experiences weren't necessary for my life. Those experiences I didn't have to live those experiences to learn the lessons I learned with that. I could learn those lessons alone, by myself, living life, knowing myself, knowing what I really want, what I really wanted, knowing how to love myself, and knowing myself. Because at the age of 22, I still don't know myself. I knew that you are 13 and 15, you don't know who you are. You only know who the person, the people out there that surrounds you says that you are. But you need to learn who you are by your own experience with you. Okay? Listen, if in that time I could avoid those traumas, I will do it. Avoid it. You can avoid it. Don't have a relationship. Don't waste your time in that. Don't waste your emotions in that. That is only gonna give you trauma. And I know it sounds horrible, uncomfortable to accept this advice because you want to experience that. I want to experience that. I want to experience real love. But that you're not gonna experience that. Maybe some people will experience the innocent love, will experience a real good and beautiful relationship at 13, at 15. But that is only one in a million. Not everyone has that good experience. Not everyone is that lucky. So don't live in that illusion that you're gonna be this one person. Please be more realistic. Enjoy your life alone. Start loving yourself. Start knowing what you want for life. And follow the advices old people give you. I know this hit your ego, but it's better following these advices with a broke ego than living with a trauma that will follow you for years, that won't let you sleep at night. This is the best advice I can give you. See you on the next video, guys.